Hi, so I'm going to show you my solar system today. I've got can you see the solar panels behind me on the roof? Yep, they're covered in snow. So this is what happens with solar panels in winter on the roofs and stuff. Most solar installs are on the roofs, so they just get covered in snow, and on a beautiful day like today you're not getting any power. So I'm going to show you what I have done, a little trick to get around that problem. As you can see, the sun is hitting the house nicely, and I would be getting a great amount of solar. There are 6 kilowatts. There's a 6 kilowatt solar array on the roof. So here is my little trick. So the solar panels on the roof were professionally installed, and then after a year or two I installed these panels myself. They are 330 watts half cut PERC panels. They're very good. So I've rented a crane, drove the crane here, and I put all these panels up myself and wired them in. It's a Fronius 6 kilowatt inverter that I have, so it can take 2 strings. So the array on the roof is 1 string on its own circuit, and then this is string number 2, like independent of the roof one. So even when the roof is not doing anything, not generating any power, this one is. It doesn't care what the roof one's doing, it's totally independent. So I put these there, but you can never have too much solar. So I also made a fence. On the other side there is my terrace. So I built a little fence next to the terrace as a wind block, because this is a pretty windy spot. It's wide open, and the westerlies winds cut right through here quite strong, and there's like this is a hill going upwards, so the wind sort of really speeds up and cuts right through our yard here. So I was building a fence as a windbreak, and I thought, why the heck don't I make the fence out of solar panels, and then it serves multiple purposes. So I done that. So I've got, with these 6 panels and those panels on the house, I've got 5 kilowatts. This is a 5 kilowatt array, and you don't see solar panels vertical like this very often. When I oh, check that eagle out, cool. It's a white-tailed eagle, flipping awesome. So I've also got a little wind turbine. This is my office, summer office, and I've got a 300 watt wind turbine there. I've got 3. I'll do a separate video about that. That needs its own video. But so that's off grid. That office is totally off grid. I've got three batteries in there and a solar panel on the side. So that runs itself, that summer office. And on the house, I've got like basically 10 kilowatts with the 6 kilowatt on the roof, 5 kilowatt here. I've got 10 kilowatts. So in summer, my 6 kilowatt inverter is maxed out. Only for an hour or two when the sun. See that, because the house is facing like south, sort of south east, and the panels are facing west, vertical panels. So I'm kind of, as the sun goes around in summer, the sun comes up over here, hits the roof panels at a perfect angle for quite a few hours, so I get 5 kilowatts just on the solar array on the roof, and then the sun comes around like it's here now, and then it settles behind there, so it almost does like 270 degrees in summer. So with two different arrays, I'm getting I'm getting energy, producing energy all day. I think that is a better solution than having like one massive array that generates like 10 kilowatts for a few hours and then doesn't generate that much once the sun goes away from it. I much prefer to have like half and half, so you're optimized for the morning and afternoon sun with the roof one, and then you're optimized for late afternoon, evening and winter sun on the side one. So it's the best of both worlds for me. I like to be producing some solar energy all day. Like I would much rather have a little bit all day rather than have a lot just for a short amount of time. So in summer, the sun goes down behind this hill at like 10 p.m. So I'm producing, the sun is hitting these at a perfect angle, because when the sun is quite low, it doesn't matter so much that it's vertical then, because it's hitting it at a good angle. It's not like the sun is really high up and it's not really hitting it so well. When the sun's going down here, this is a good angle. In fact, let's see now what we are getting. Look at that, so we're getting 1.5 kilowatts right now. How cool is that? Just off these vertical panels, and we've produced a little bit today. That's flipping awesome. That's very decent indeed, considering it's like the 5th of February in Finland. You don't think you're gonna get much solar in Finland in January and February, but this little system does okay, you know. And then once the sun melts off the roof, I mean, I could get on the roof and get the snow off, but it's a very high house, it's a very high roof, and it's a bit too sketchy. So I don't need the solar energy that much that I'm gonna risk falling off a roof. So I'll just let the snow gradually melt off. If it warms up a little bit, it will melt quite fast, but it's still -10, so it's taken quite a while to melt. So I'll show you the inverter. This is where it converts and goes into so that's the normal fuse box. So there's see if we can get that a little bit. So that's what it's producing right now. And if we press this, hopefully, yeah, there's the two arrays. MPPT1 is the roof array, and MPPT2 is the vertical array. Look at the difference. Look at that. So if I hadn't put those panels on the side of the house, all I'm making right now is 54 watts. If all I had was the roof array, that's all I'm getting, 55 watts, and that's useless. But now, thanks to the vertical panels, boom, how about 1.5 kilowatts? That is, so it's those solar panels, they were only like 140 euros each, 330 watt, decent. I think the JA Solar, decent name, decent brand, good quality. They were like 140 euros each for 330 watts, and I installed everything myself. There was no extra costs. So basically, like, I got that 5 kilowatt system. It didn't cost that much, because the inverter was already here. This inverter was installed with the roof array, so all I had to do is buy the panels, run cables to them. You have to know what you're doing a little bit when you take the inverter apart and you put new strings in. It does help to know a little bit. Like, you don't have to know much, but you do have to know the basics of how not to get frazzled, how not to fry yourself. But I mean, it's easily serviceable. This this just pops off, and it's a great piece. The only like, I wish I'd have got a hybrid inverter. A hybrid inverter is, I could have attached batteries to it. I wish I'd have known back then, a couple of years ago when I got this system, because batteries wouldn't really be useful now. The house is using probably a kilowatt. The whole heating system is electric. There's no water heating in the house. It's underfloor heating in the bathroom, and like electric radiators and electric water heater for the hot water. So it's 100% electric, the house. There's no other fuel system, so it uses a lot of power. So batteries wouldn't really work in the winter, but in the summer they would work great. And then I've also got my EV. This is the Kia e-Niro, 64 kilowatt hour. So I charge this when I plug into the garage and charge the car. In summer, that inverter it's maxed out 6 kilowatts. Even though I've got a 10 kilowatt array, the inverter's 6 kilowatts, so it can't go any more than that. So I plug in the car then, and I have the charging at like 3 or 4 kilowatts. So then the car is charging 100% on solar, and it's like all day from like 9 or 10 a.m. until about 7-8 p.m. in the summer months. I'm getting really healthy. On a summer day, I can get 55-60 kilowatt hours the whole day. So I get tons. I get too much solar in summer with because of all this stuff. But you can never have too much. It's better to have too much than too little. So that I would say is a perfect size system. 6 kilowatt on the roof is a perfect size system, and then like 5 kilowatts on the side. That's a nice balance. It's not too much, it's not too little. Doesn't quite produce enough in winter, but we're in Finland, that's kind of understandable. December and January doesn't really produce anything of note, but once the sun starts getting high again, like now, in early February, it's good now, and it stops being cloudy so much now as well. As we start approaching spring, we get many more sunny days now, so now it's going to really start coming into its own, and yeah, it's good. But I would like batteries, but they're so expensive. It's not cost effective. You know, if we're using 100 kilowatt hours per day heating the house, heating the garage, which is this garage is ginormous. It's like, hi son, it's 72 square meter garage, and I have a air source heat pump up there that heats it. So this, I mean, it's insulated. There's insulation in the roof, insulation in the walls. I've made like a ghetto sort of double glazing system there. Put plastic perspex to double glaze it. I've put polystyrene on the door. I should get an insulated door. The garage doors are insulated. So I've tried to make everything as energy efficient as I can, but still, it's 72 square meters, it's -10 outside, so it does lose a little bit of heat. So batteries, if I got like a Tesla Powerwall, it would last about an hour, if that. It's just not cost effective. In winter, I would need to like daisy chain 5 Tesla Powerwalls at a cost of like 50,000 euros. So it's never gonna happen. So just have to buy electricity from the grid when the solar panels aren't producing. So that is my solar system. Really happy with it. I got it about the same time I got my first EV. When you buy an EV, you're like, oh, wow, I would love to fuel this off the sun. So I basically ordered the iPace That came in March 2019, and then I got the 6 kilowatt array put on the roof in May. So then I was charging the iPace off solar power pretty much as soon as I got it, and then I put all those vertical panels like a year later myself. So it's a brilliant system, and people think you can't have solar panels in Finland and northern climates. You can. Don't forget, in summer it's almost midnight sun. Like, we're not in the midnight sun area here, we're not far enough north, but it is up till like I think we stop producing after 10 p.m, like 10:30 around midsummer, the like 19th of June. It's 10:30, it stops producing. It's crazy, and then it starts producing again at like 5 a.m. It's brilliant in summer. So we make more power in summer here than probably like the UK. So it's really good system. Any questions about solar, ask me. Happy to answer any questions. I love it. Not sure I'll add any more because the inverter's maxed out now. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've been thinking about a big wind turbine, but I don't know. I would like more renewable energy. But we're on a renewable energy contract anyway. When we buy electricity from the grid, it's carbon neutral. We're on a carbon neutral contract, so we're still getting clean energy even when we have to get it from the grid. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.